Be like a...
It would be great though if it just started rolling and didn't.
Okay, hello my friends, it's Rob Stewart with you, and we are on Expert Asset Webcast episode 6, I think. We are back in the studio. I have my whiteboard to draw on, which is cool, rather than when I was traveling around Scotland trying to do it on Open Broadcast Studio on the laptop, playing around with technology. Didn't work that well. We had some issues, but that's cool because it's all about experimenting and testing, and that's fine. So we're back to the webcast in the studio, and look, before we start, if you want to follow us on the webcast and get to know when we're about to go live, please just scroll up to the top of my Facebook page. There's a blue button there. Press it. You can connect with me on Facebook, and I'll just let you know when we're going to go live. So that's really cool. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the milestone approach. Now, this is a really key thing for you to use and implement if you are creating your own expert assets. So you've probably heard trainers, speakers talk about a 3-step system or a 5-step formula or a 7-step blueprint and think, here we go, it's another great marketing technique or marketing tactic. And the real reason for creating these milestone approaches is twofold. One, it gives you a framework. It gives you a framework to teach and to help your clients. And it gives your clients a framework to implement the information. Now, far too often in the industry, we see people training, teaching. You'll do like maybe a weekend seminar or a digital product, and everybody loves the content, but then kind of goes back to reality and struggles to implement it. With a milestone approach, we're giving people stepping stones to help implement that. And of course, when you're running your expert assets, you want amazing results from your clients, because if you don't, you're probably not going to go very far in the industry. So milestones is very important. So look, when you're starting to create your expert assets, think about what does your perfect client, your perfect customer, what are they trying to achieve, okay? And I'll start with the end. And they're trying to get somewhere. You think, right, where are my demographic trying to get to? Where's my niche trying to get to? Where are they trying to end up? Okay, so define that. And then we kind of got to come all the way over to the beginning, and we think, where is my demographic now? Where's my niche now? What's their issue? What's their pain point? Is it lack of income, lack of control, lack of time, lack of knowledge, lack of skill set? What are they trying to achieve? Control, freedom, passive, remote recurring income streams. And then we've got to think, how do we bridge that gap? How do we bridge that chasm? How do we get from A to B in a straight and linear fashion? So if we then break that up into milestones, we're giving everybody the best chance of success. So let's create some milestones. We want it to be easily implementable chunks, because if you're here and you're trying to get to there, sometimes you get overwhelmed. It looks like, oh my God, that's a long way away. How do I get to that financial stability or freedom or opulence? I'm not quite sure how we're going to do it. But with this, you go, actually, I'm just trying to get to this one first, then this one, then this one. And it makes it much easier, okay? And the other thing is, if we just go, I'm trying to go for A to B, and we haven't got milestones, and we don't reward ourselves and recognize when we hit those milestones, we get to B and we look back, and we're like, God, that was hard work. I don't want to do that again, because you haven't enjoyed the process. So if you have milestones, we also start to enjoy the process, because you hit a milestone, you reward yourself. Hit the next milestone, you reward yourself. So your job is to think about, in a logical order, what do your clients, what do your customers need to do to get from A to B? So let's use, for an example, the Expert Asset Builder program, which is the program that we run. It's how to create remote recurring income streams using your intellectual property, your knowledge, your skill set, your experience, intangible assets, and create a machine that does that. So the first thing that people need to do is they need to understand what their product is, what their program is, the delivery method, the demographic you're hitting. And that is all about niching, okay? So the first step is to niche. You can't do anything else unless you know what your niche is, your niche positioning, your message, your product, your program. After we niche, We then have to build authority. We build authority through delivering value, transformational value. Again, we can't build that value unless we know what the niche is. So there's no point trying to build authority if we don't know who we're speaking to. So you can see how it's this milestone approach. When we've built authority, people need to see this. If we're putting content out, education out, like I'm doing right now, people need to see it. So we need to work out how to send traffic somewhere, how to effectively send traffic somewhere. When the traffic goes somewhere, there's no point just sending people somewhere if it's all going to disappear again. It's a waste of our time and money. So we need to convert that traffic onto the next stage. Calls to action, beginning of whatever your process is. And then finally, when we've converted people, we need to deliver. Okay, so we need to deliver that. By the way, I can see some questions coming in, or Tash over here is telling me there's some questions coming in. Because I'm sitting, writing stuff on a whiteboard, I can't see the laptop at the moment. So if those questions come in, if those questions are coming in, just keep them coming in, and what I'll do is I'll go back and answer them afterwards. After I've got off, I'll go and answer those questions. Okay, so just keep those questions coming in. By the way, if you're liking the Milestone Approach, hit like as well. Let me know that you're liking what we're talking about. And if you think that you need help with delivery, this is the most important part of the process. Because when you have a prospect, when you have a client, a customer, you need to make sure they implement the knowledge, the program, what you're helping them with. Because otherwise, you'll get terrible results. There'll be no social proof. You want to get great results for your clients. Not only is it the whole point of this, but it's also going to increase your lifetime customer value with delivery. And if you like the idea of that, just hit the like button. Okay, so this is the Milestone Approach, and everything is framed around it. When you're teaching, it's a framework to teach. When you're marketing, it's a framework to market. When your clients are using it, it's a framework for them to implement. So it's really important to do this. So whatever your expert asset is that you're designing at the moment or conceptualizing, use the Milestone Approach. Now, we're actually creating a cheat sheet at the moment, a template, to help you with this. It's going to be able to allow you to plan your programs, the price points, develop the income streams you want, and create your milestones and title for your expert asset. So it's not quite ready yet. We'll be putting it out probably next week. What I'll do is I'll go back onto this video and put the link in it in the top of the video, so you can go and click that and download that. And it's just a nice little template for you to use. So if you would find that template useful, please let me know. Again, hit the like button and we'll get that to you as soon as possible. So, Milestone Approach. Again, any questions, get them in. I'll get and answer them. I promise it will be me. If you want to subscribe to the Expert Asset Webcast, if you feel that this is good stuff, good gen, then get to the top of my Facebook page, hit that blue button, and there'll be a ability to connect with me directly on Facebook, and I'll answer any of your questions. So hopefully that was useful for you. I'm going to Thailand next week with the Mastermind Group. So we'll probably be doing the next webcasts from the airport, just because otherwise I don't know what the internet connection is going to be like when we get out to Thailand. So I'll probably see you from there. In the meantime, have a great weekend, and I look forward to speaking to you next week. Have a good one. Cheers.